Hello and welcome to the channel. Today I am going to install the Robinson Racing Spur Gear onto my Traxxas Summit. So this is the original Spur Gear, the Traxxas stock Spur Gear, and it is totally stripped out. I am running the Mamba Monster X in my Summit, and it didn't take long for this stock Spur Gear to strip out. I do have a couple of the stock 3961 68 tooth Spur Gears, but I'm afraid they're going to just strip out, so I'm going to just go ahead and replace it. So this is the 65 tooth Robinson Racing metal Spur Gear. So hopefully this lasts a little bit longer and I won't have the same issues. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get this thing open and get the install started. So inside the pack you're going to find the Spur Gear with a 7x13mm bearing. You're going to find the aluminum spacers. You're going to find the slipper pad and the aluminum back plate. There are also simple directions and a pack of Robinson Racing stickers, so you can go ahead and stick them everywhere you want to. Alright, so off camera I did get a head start on this. I took off the cover and I started taking apart the slipper clutch assembly with the Spur Gear. So I'll just go ahead and finish taking off everything. You can actually see some of the plastic remnants from the plastic Spur Gear. So I'll get them cleaned out and I'll get the rest of this stuff taken out, as well as the motor simply just pulls and slides out. So I'll get this out of my way. I want to be very careful to not lose this pin. So I want to be very careful when I clean out the plastic shavings. Definitely don't want to lose that. The pin will be reused when I install the new Robinson Racing Spur Gear slipper clutch setup. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get this back plate installed. And I will put on the slipper pad. And next is the Spur Gear. And I'll show you my high-tech lighting approach. So, it's setting the aluminum spacers. So there's 4 cone washers stacked in the same direction. Alright, so I got the 4 cone washers put on same direction. And I also have this, looks like a nylon type washer. So I guess I'm going to go ahead and put that on the end before I put my nut back on. Doesn't really say to do that, but I'm trying to figure out why they would include it. After looking at it, I think this goes on first and then the 4 aluminum cone washers, because this looks like it would fit up against the bearing pretty well. So if anyone knows anything more than I do, please comment or let me know. Alright, so I'm going to put that spacer on first. And I have the 4 aluminum washers on, going the same direction. So I have everything tightened up. Now what I did do was underneath, I loosened up the bolts on the transmission, just so I could make it a little easier for myself and get to this. So I'll go ahead and get those tightened back up. It's real simple. Just need to tighten up the 4 screws underneath. Okay, the transmission is tight. I'm going to go ahead and get the motor put back on, which is real simple. Just have to line up the bottom hole with the peg and slide it on. Alright, so everything lines up. I got to set the gear mesh. I'm going to use the instructions paper, and I will put the screw back in up front. And I'll just go ahead and get this screw tightened up. And the last thing I'll do is I'll go ahead and reinstall the cover. Alright, so I'll give it a test to make sure everything's working. Seems to be working to me. Alright guys, so that's about it. I appreciate you checking out the video. I've had my computer crash and I'm working very hard to get everything back up and running. I do spend a little time each day working on RC, so figured why not record it and maybe help somebody. I know I relied on YouTube a lot when I first started out, so. But anyway, I'll stop rambling on. If you liked what you saw, please click the like button. If you're not subscribed, please do consider subscribing and leave any comments, questions below. Alright, have a great day. See you next time.